Hello. Some of my videos got deleted. Somebody broke into my account and they deleted a bunch of videos, but that's okay. I thought it was YouTube, but it turns out that somebody broke into my account. Anyways, I've been thinking a lot about what's going on with these people. And it occurred to me, I told you I have a relative who works in immigration department in Los Angeles, of all places. He's the head lawyer for the immigrant status and stuff like that. So I did phone him and I asked him a bunch of questions. I will just give you a very basic answer because, it's very convoluted, but it's just basically the gist of it. If a person, a foreigner, without a working visa, can set up an LLC or a charity foundation. But he cannot work in the United States just because you have a foundation or a company. It only means that that person set up a foundation over there or a company. Another thing, if the person remains a citizen of the country of origin, they're subject to the tax laws of the country of origin. From what I understand, Prince Harry wants to be the main person in the companies and foundations. Another thing that I was told is that you can only, if you don't want to get a green card, because a green card means that you're residing in the United States, and therefore you have to pay taxes as per the United States. Once you pay taxes as per where you reside, right? Your official residence. So that's number one. You need a green card. Now, if you have a working visa, it means that a company hire you, but the way it's done, it's very difficult. Even with a lot of pull, or connections, it's actually quite tricky. If Harry, for example, got a visa, an O1 visa through Invictus Games, because of course he was the founder and it's based in the things in the United States, he cannot jump. And these O1 visas are for either 1 year or 3 years maximum, and you cannot just switch employers basically. If you want to work for somebody else or you want to get another O1 visa, you have to go through the process. Being a producer, just because you have a production company, again, it doesn't automatically give you an O1 visa. It only means that you have a production company there. To get the O1 visa, you have to show that you have produced shows of it and you have won awards for that, which Harry and Meghan, of course, haven't got. So now, I also phoned, after finding that out, I also phoned HM, Her Majesty Treasurer is at the Treasury, right? HM Treasury. I called him yesterday. I got through to this very nice lady. And then I called them back today because she was going to give me more information. And this is what she told me. It's a long thing, but I'm going to make it short. Basically, if you're included in the civil list as a working royal, which means you're in there, for example, everybody in the Royal UK website, they are exempt of paying taxes. They can voluntarily pay taxes on whatever it is that they make, but again, that's on a voluntary basis. Now, if they make contributions or donations of their own, they get tax breaks on that, up to 50%. I was so wrong thinking that it was 40%. When a royal makes a donation or a contribution, you can get up to 50% back on tax as tax for making that donation or contribution. So for example, even though Harry and Meghan are not out there working officially for the Queen, and they've put them they put them on the website as step back, they are still considered part of the civil list and working royal family that are just on unpaid leave. So basically, the royal family are being very sneaky. I find this very appalling that I'm saying, because I'm actually a diehard royalist. But they've known for quite some time what has been happening with Harry and Meghan. They've known this for quite some time, hence all the issues that they had. What they didn't count on was that they pulled the plug earlier. but they've known this, and by giving them a whole year of grace, and it's amazing because it's the 31st of March next year, which is when the tax year stops. Now, Harry, if he's using his royal titles to set up production companies and stuff like that in the United States, the laws for taxation in the UK apply until he becomes a resident of the United States or a citizen. So if he uses his royal titles, he is getting a tax break in the UK by using the royal titles because he's still considered a working royal. I don't know if that will change as of March 31st, if there's going to be removed from the civil list, even though he's not getting any money. It's not about him getting money or being funded. It's about him being on the civil list, which gives him the tax breaks. This is the reason why he's still paying, supposedly, rent on Frogmore, because he needs to maintain a base in the UK for all these tax breaks be applicable. Now, if he applied for the companies under his or Harry Windsor or whatever the last name he's going to get, then he has to pay taxes in the UK as a natural person. But if he's using his titles, he doesn't pay taxes in the UK. Now, it's a little bit complicated because he's still sixth in line to the throne, which means that he will have to, up to the sixth person in line, they get extra perks and stuff like that. So he will actually have to be removed from the succession line, even if they remove the titles, but he's still in the succession line, the sixth in place, he still get a lot of the tax breaks. It's something really weird. It's something tricky. It's just the first 6 people in succession. The lady was explaining to me. We're very kind. So the royal family have known all of this all along. Now, I was reading something very interesting, which is in the wish list that Harry and his wife had, that they want to know if sponsors will drop off or drop out, if they, if for any reasons, because they are fully aware that people don't want to work with them. Disney, they had a big fight with Disney. Make no mistake about that. Now, another thing with people, and I've said this before, just like I said they were going to move to California, Netflix has not given them hundreds of millions, not even tens of millions. They get a sign-up fee of $3 million between the two of them. That's what they get. The millions is a projection of what Netflix thinks that they will make. Now, they will get bonuses based on how the show's performance. That's all there is to it. But then Netflix hasn't given them tens of millions, but they are using this Netflix contract to keep people away from looking into their finances, and the royal family as well. So if Harry made a contribution of 2.4 million pounds to the sovereign grant, he will get 1.2 back. Okay, so I wonder who made that contribution. Maybe they used it from the $3 million they got from Netflix. Netflix has not given them tens of millions of dollars. Michelle Obama, she made $4 million out of her Becoming documentary with Netflix. She made a lot more money with the publishing of the book and the arenas that she filled out to talk, because of course everybody wants to hear a former first lady. People keep comparing Barack Obama to Harry and his wife, but there's no comparison. Barack Obama was the first Black president. I mean, that's a landmark. That is something you want to hear about. And he was in the office, so people want to know what he has to say about what went on in, the White House. And yeah, but Harry, what? The only thing he has to sell is the memories of his mother, of his childhood with his mother, and what happened. Of course, they want to hear the inside story of his life with his mother, with Prince Charles, how the marriage was, how it impacted, because nobody has that insight. Nobody, who else can give you that insight other than the son, one of the sons? Prince William would absolutely never do that. Now, I am pretty sure that Prince Charles is shitting bricks right now, because whatever Harry sells, it's not gonna look good on him, nor Camilla, nor any of the royals. If the finding freebies is any indication, they're delusional is an exercise in lies, because everything is a lie, and it's basically a curriculum. The whole book, especially chapter 2, is like a curriculum of Meghan Markle. Oh, she did this, she did that, this is what it's absolutely terrible. But anyways, so nobody wants to work with them, and the only people who signed them on was Netflix. That's it. Nobody. HBO, they went to HBO. They didn't want to. Even Amazon, you would think that Amazon would want to hire them because they have Invictus, they signed the contract with Invictus. They didn't want to sign them at all. So people, please, I wish they would start reporting correctly, that they haven't gotten millions. This is a projection of what they think they could make with Netflix. But Netflix is only paying them basically a salary. That's all. And on top of that salary, they have to pay taxes. Meghan still has to pay taxes because she went back to the U.S. I don't know if they're channeling it through the production company set up by Harry, because if that is the case, then Harry only would have to pay voluntary taxes in the U.K. if he's the one with the majority shareholder or whatever. And if he's using his royal title to set up the foundation, which I think they are, because if you look at all the videos that they've done, it's sorry, I have to drink something. All the videos that they've done, it's basically Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The royal family are being very naughty. They have to remove them from the civil list. They have to remove them from their website. They don't have to wait until March. The reason why they're waiting until March is to give Harry a tax break. That's all there is. There's still part of that. And again, the lady explained to me that if you're the sixth in line to the throne, it's the first six in the succession line that get a lot of breaks, But the only way that they can remove him from that is if he gets removed from the line of succession, and if they remove the titles. In order, if they remove the titles, obviously he's not in the line of succession, whatever it is. But yeah, and so this is why he's still keeping that house, the Frogmore Cottage, because he has to have a legal residence in the UK. So the royal family are still helping him out. I don't understand what is going on. I think the United Kingdom deserves better. I hate to say this because I am a royalist. I simply adore Her Majesty the Queen. But I think she's dropped the ball huge time here. They shouldn't have allowed Meghan they should have issued a statement. I've said this before. They should have issued a statement when Meghan gave her crazy views on a sitting president of the United States, and issued a statement saying, you know what, we respect Meghan Markle's point of view as a private citizen, but as a Duchess of Sussex, we do not support her views, and we'll be more than happy to work with any president who gets elected to into the White House. Nobody did anything. So they have let them run free and do whatever they want. They haven't received millions. Again, I'm going to say this to you. Like I said at the very beginning in 2018, they're going to go to Hollywood and they're going to do that. They haven't received millions. They're using this smoke screen because Netflix is usually very happy to say how much, when they snatch Shonda Rhimes, it's for 300 million. They didn't pay her the 300 million. They paid her, I think it was 70 or 80 million for the shows that she has, and she gets a percentage depending on how well the shows have. But again, this is a woman who had a huge list of shows that were successful and that people are watching. I still do. I love her shows. I love Grey's Anatomy. But anyways, that's beside the point. So yeah, but they are hiding behind it because nobody knows. Just like everything they do, nobody knows. Nobody wants to hire them. And the reason why they went to Netflix is because Netflix is not dependent on sponsors because everybody dropped. Now, the Invictus game, they could have done many things. They could have done streaming. They could have done it, I would have been one to pay a pay-per-view. Harry didn't want to do it. And now I am really upset with the committee at Invictus because they're saying, it's because it was canceled because of COVID. That is absolute bullshit. There's a bunch of concerts in LA. I am actually going to one. So I'm taking my son to the Backstreet Boys or whatever. I think they're a band or something. And I'm taking them. And they're still on. There were many things that they could have done that didn't need to cancel the event. So everything is a lie. People are still helping them out. One of those is the house as the royal family, which I find that the UK deserves better, because everything they have, you know, it's because of the UK people and the Commonwealth. You know, I'm actually thinking of starting a Canadian petition to remove Canada from the Commonwealth, because people are pissed off. And it's absolutely outrageous. And I really do think that the press should be in the UK, should be more responsible, instead of saying that Harry has millions, because they are helping their narrative. They're helping their narrative, which is not true, because they shouldn't be reporting something that they're not aware of. That, you know, they went from 210 million, 250 million to 7. Where are they getting that? Netflix is not, they know very well the Netflix model. They get a, you know, like a retainer's fee, and depending on how the show does, and then what they do is Harry still has to present a budget of a project that he has and said, listen, this is how much, and then Netflix has a lot of accountants. They go through that, because trust me, Netflix is not in the business of losing money. No company loses money. So this is why most likely Harry's using his royal titles to start the foundation. They need to remove the titles, and he needs to start and register all his businesses under his natural name, whatever that might be, because until he does that, he's still using the royal family, he's still using the titles, and he's still screwing around with the UK. Anyway, that's what I have to say. And you guys have a great night. And I apologize, my other videos, I didn't delete them. Somebody broke into my videos. So have a great night. Think about what I said. Thank you to that lady at the HM Treasury in the UK for being so informative. And have a good night, guys.